On Osrc News at 7, ODEC promises credible process ahead January 18 local government elections. Residents applaud Ayedatiwa's infrastructural strides as Aule Road wears new look. National Assembly criticizes ineffective border closure amid rising cross-border crimes. And from the foreign scene, Italy calls for lifting of Syria sanctions amid political transition discussions. Thank you very much for joining us tonight on the news at 7 on OSRC television. My name is Oyewumi Ayinigbara. In just 6 days, Ondo State will hold its local government elections and preparations are in full swing. The Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission, ODEC, says it is ready for the upcoming polls with all necessary measures being taken to ensure a smooth process. OSRC's Saeed Arabisala has more.
As the Ondo State local government election draws nearer, the State Independent Electoral Commission (ODEC) is crossing the T's and dotting the I's to ensure that everything is in place. According to the Commission's chairman, Joseph Aremo, the distribution of non-sensitive materials is well underway and in line with the election timetable. In addition to the distribution of materials, the Commission is also working closely with the Ondo State Public Complaints and Anti-Corruption Agency.
Our materials are ready, but the distribution of sensitive materials has not started. Because party has to be brought in, they will see things themselves. We have our synergy and a collaboration with Ondo State Public Complaint and Anti-Corruption Commission. They are coming, and I will tell you the strategy put in place to observe this election and to ensure that people comply with the law. Like I told you on air some time ago, that the system, that is the commission, because the law provides that certain offences has to be, when you see people are violating those offences, they have to be prosecuted. Like a vote by another thing. You'll be shocked when you find the anti-corruption body picking us those who might likely want to cause infraction to the law. This is a new development that we have, so that I have to tell people at home, vote according to your conscience and stay away from trouble.
Another critical aspect of the preparations involves the training of ad hoc officials who will be deployed for the election. The Commission says the training is designed to assess their competence and ensure they are well prepared for the task ahead.
The training of the ad hoc staff, the presiding officer and poll clerk, their training is going on across the 18 local government area offices at designated places. For Akure now, if you get there, we are training over 1,500. From them, we are going to pick the best to serve as presiding and poll clerk for the upcoming election. The same thing we have across other 17 local government. Again, we have started the distribution of non-sensitive material. We are putting everything together to ensure, just the way we promised, that the election is free, fair, and credible.
Once the training is completed, those deemed qualified will be officially onboarded and assigned to their respective roles.
To ensure that people who are coming to observe the election, they are fit and proper, so that at the end of the day, we don't have people who have a party affinity or who are not suitable. Because two things drive our selection process. One, we must be able to, from the record, see that the applicants pushing for observation missions are those who are qualified. And the second stage is that they are suitable. Like I told you that when we were going through the record and the documents submitted by some of these prospective observers, we find out some of them are not suitable. Then today you will find everything online.
Standards of professionalism.
With all these things we have put in place, you should know that come January 18, which is next week Saturday, nothing changes. We are having local government election in the state.
With just days to go, all eyes are on the Commission to ensure that the local government elections in Ondo State is free, fair and credible. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc News.
Meanwhile, the Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission, ODEC, says it has begun the distribution of non-sensitive materials to the 18 local government areas ahead of the January 18th, 2025 local government elections in the state. ODEC Chairman Joseph Aremo noted that the Commission has met with stakeholder body was working with relevant security agencies to ensure the security of the election materials. Aremo emphasized that the Commission is fully committed to conducting a free, fair, credible, transparent, peaceful, and inclusive election in the state, while urging the electorate to come out en masse on election day to all political parties, candidates, and their supporters to ensure violence and respect the rules of engagement. In fulfillment of its promise to complete over 50 ongoing road projects in Ondo State, the Ayeda-Atiwa administration has begun the asphalt overlay of our road project by Osrc showed contractors fixing a major culvert with an assurance to give residents of the area a reprieve from the burden of impassable road. And now the dream of Akure residents to have a good road network is becoming a reality as the asphalt overlay, which is the final stage, is almost completed. Osrc's reporter Morionla Umbiji tells us more.
Just last week, the Ondo State Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa signed into law the 2025 budget with numerous roads across the state scheduled for construction, including over 50 ongoing road rehabilitation. One of the projects is in Awule area before the coming on board of the present administration. A week ago, Osrc visited the road on the spot assessment and met the contractor fixing the big culvert with a promise to make the road motorable soon. The story of residents of Aule has changed within a week as this stretch of road is now wearing a new look. To the residents, it is a new dawn with a New Year gift from Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa.
It affects us living in this area, most especially those we that has vehicle. But now, although we have been begging government since even before the election that they should come and assist us as a community people, but we are very grateful that by now they have done something reasonable there and they do it well.
We want to appreciate him for his promise. He promised us that he's going to help us even to do this road, and he did according to his promises.
Wọ́n bá wa ṣe òtòrí àwọn ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ gan ibi tí sún wọn gan. Wọ́n ti fẹ́ kúrò lórí docks gbogbo ó kó bọ̀rọ̀ ajé gan. Wọn ò lè ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀bù ṣùgbọ́n nísìnyí inú everybody dùn. Lẹ́kàlùkù ti tú ṣọ́ọ̀bù àwọn tó ti ṣí ṣọ́ọ̀bù pa láti bí oṣù kan. Wọ́n ti ṣí nísìnyí. Wọ́n ti fọ́. Wọ́n dùn wọ́n dẹ̀ dúpẹ́ gan.
Special Advisor on Infrastructure, Ayoade Babalola, expressed satisfaction with the quality and speed of the work.
We express that all the related projects from the former administration will certainly be completed. And we have been working on this. We have to actually get to some papers and clear everything. And this is the manifestation of that particular promise. This was just part of it. We have a large senior catalog that we need to address. This one is along the road. They immediately clear this, the contractor get it structured and put that straight aside. And I know that others are actually doing this as under construction works at Cuba. Cuba is there. And all the other construction works, is it in another road, is it in the road, all those, even the flyover, all these areas will be addressed and get all the completed.
With the state government matching its words with actions, it is evident that the era of people of Ondo grappling with poor road network is over. Omoriola Humeji, Osrc News.
The Nigeria Airspace Management Agency, NAMA, has begun calibrating the landing system at the Ekiti Agro Island International Cargo Airport, marking flight operations. This development for the airport. Technical advisor to the governor on airport projects, retired Air Vice Marshal Sunday Makinde, described the calibration exercise as a pivotal step in securing final approval for commercial operations. According to him, this process ensures that the airport meets global aviation standards for safe operations. The NAMA team is expected to conclude the calibration exercise soon, and once operational, the airport is set to boost industrial development, attract investors, and improve the quality of life for the people of Ekiti State. The National Assembly, through its Joint Committee on Industry, Trade and Investment, has criticized Nigeria's border closure during the 2025 budget defense session, with the Ministry of Industry expressed frustration over the ongoing security and economic challenges linked to the porous nature of the country's borders with Niger and Chad. Chairman of the Senate Committee on Industry, Senator Francis Fadausi, argued that the current border closure policy is counterproductive. He suggested that it might be more beneficial to open the borders officially rather than maintain the illusion of a closure that fails to prevent smuggling and insecurity. In response to the concerns, the Joint Committee, chaired by Senator Suleiman Sadiq Umar, APC Kwara North, urged the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment to the issues surrounding the border closure policy. The Minister of State for Industry, Senator John Owan Eno, has asserted that the proposed tax reforms bills are critical for the positive transformation of Nigeria's economy. During the press interaction, President Bola Tinubu for the proposed bills would significantly benefit the industrial sector. The minister reminded citizens of the president's goal for a $1 trillion economy, indicating that tax reform is essential for realizing this ambition. He noted that many Nigerians initially opposed the bills without fully understanding their provision, which led to calls for their retraction. However, he expressed satisfaction that those who initially requested a withdrawal eventually grasped the importance of the reform and came to support the move, while optimistic that the tax reform bill will serve as a crucial driver for industrial development and economic change. The Nigeria's national power grid has recorded its first major collapse for the first time in 2025, barely 10 days into the new year. The collapse has resulted in a nationwide blackout to the despair of Nigerians. A post by the Energy Podcast, which confirmed the blackout, stated that restoration has begun, currently generating 302 megawatts. This incident marks the 13th occurrence in the past 13 months. You're still watching Osrc News at 7. After the break, we'll bring you more stories. Please stay with us. Thank you very much for rejoining us. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.ng or follow us on Facebook at OSRC TV. And on YouTube, you can subscribe to our channel OSRC TV Ondo. Ondo State Police Command has apprehended Mr. Elela Monday, who allegedly killed and buried his 14-year-old boy for alleged stealing in a Jawa Koko community. Parading the suspects alongside other suspects, State Commissioner of Police Wilfred Afolabi said the command will intensify efforts in ensuring that Ondo State is crime-free. Omoriola Ubiji reports that more suspects arrested in connection with our court clash were also paraded. We'll bring you the details in our subsequent bulletins. And now we move to the foreign scene. Italy's foreign minister has called for sanctions on Syria to be lifted during a visit to Damascus. He met leader of the new administration, Ahmed al-Shahara, as well as the foreign minister, Assad al-Shabani. Eboluwa Akiroyeje has the detail.
Soaring critics at home and abroad will say there is credible evidence that he stole last July's presidential elections.
Say what you want, do what you must, but this constitutional investiture could not be stopped and is a great victory for democracy in Venezuela.
And issues precisely the legitimacy of his election, which the opposition claims to have won by a landslide. Maduro's refusal to present tally sheets to prove that he won as the law demands unleashed an uproar in the region and beyond. Half a dozen countries, including the United States, have formally recognized exiled opposition candidate Edmundo González as Venezuela's rightful president. Washington offered $25 million for information leading to his arrest and conviction on charges of alleged narco-terrorism. The same applies to his closest aides. The EU has also slammed sanctions on Venezuelan officials accused of human rights violations, and as never before, Maduro is isolated in his own region. Russia and China sent top-tier leaders of the Duma and the People's Congress to the inauguration to underscore their support, as well as Iran, India, and OPEC. Meanwhile, Edmundo González failed to make good on his vow to return to Venezuela to claim the presidential search in face of certain arrest.
Edmundo vendrá a Venezuela a jurar.
Edmundo will come to Venezuela to be sworn in as constitutional president of Venezuela at the right time when the conditions are right.
Tensions remain very high as